in the Star Trek series, and I don't know, you see, this is where we start. This is why I made this clarification at the beginning. I don't know whether Star Trek is strictly action. There's more punching than, say, Days of Thunder. You know, there's more action than in, say, Days of Thunder.
I'm sure there was a fight in Days of Thunder.
Oh, almost certainly. But anyway, so in Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, an actor by the name of Ricardo Montalban played Khan.
Right.
And he did it so well that in Star Trek 5, which I think was just called The Final Frontier, Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, he was brought back to play the arch villain God. So that is
God with a capital G.
God with a capital G. He was brought back to play God.
G-O-D.
Yeah. So he was. That is Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier. Yeah, it is in fact called The Final Frontier. Thank you very much there, Dietz, for confirming that for me. So that is my fact. Yeah, and he's now hidden it. He hid it so that you wouldn't get the fact there, right? So quit staring at the screen. Thank you, Dietz.
Well, I'd say it's a lie because his name wasn't God. Because that's why.
Oh no, okay. I can tell you that the bad guy in 5 was God. God, but it turns out it's not God. It's like a malicious alien pretending to be an all-knowing or kind of all-powerful. Yeah, but the character, the villain is called God. Yeah,
Devil.
So my fact is that Ricardo Montalban played
Khan, and then he
played
brought
Khan,
him back.
and then he was so good, and then they put him in a lot of, like, obviously the character of God is in this like heavy makeup, and it's sort of shot from behind with a lot of bright light and whatever. But they brought him back. He was so good as Khan, and so famously good as Khan, that they brought him back for 5 to play God.
Wow, man. It sounds good. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say it's true. Khan, eh?
I mean, are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, I got into, even last year, watching The Next Generation. Is it called The Next Generation?
Yeah. That's the one with
watched an episode
Picard
at
and
night. I
Riker.
really dug it, man. I was just getting back into it because it was reminiscent of my childhood when I was about 12 when that aired on SABC.
Was it
loving
SABC? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, on like a Sunday at 5 o'clock. That's all I remember about it. It was Sunday at 5
At some point
o'clock.
it was weeknights even, man. It was really cool.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it was initially on Mnet at 5 o'clock on open time, and then SABC caught it a couple years later or something.
But The Next Generation itself had 6 seasons with Picard and stuff. That had 6 seasons. Just that, because the previous iteration had Mr. William Shatner.
Yes,
So
that's
that was
right.
but that was decades before. And then the 80s one, The Next Generation, 6 seasons.
I mean, so 6 seasons feels sort of right. I thought it had 7 for some reason.
episodes
But
in a season, something like that. So
okay.
it's a bucket load of episodes, like 150 episodes.
Okay. But yeah, so that's my fact that they brought back
I would say
Ricardo
it's
Montalban to play God in Star Trek: The Final Frontier.
the movie. Yes, I'd say true.
Yeah. No, they didn't. They didn't. An actor by the name of George Murdoch played God in Star Trek: The Final Frontier.
But
that was, I believe, potentially my first lie that you've fallen for in like six. It's why I don't try them, Ryan. I'm a terrible liar. But finally, you've fallen for something. To be honest, it has happened before. It has, like, actors from action movies have been brought back to play the bad guy more than once. A guy by the name of, I think his name's Hugh Keys-Byrne, played the bad guy in the first Mad Max movie, and then was brought back to play Immortan Joe in Mad Max Fury Road.
Cool.
Yeah, so
that's
it's to say,
nice.
and you can't tell it's him because he's got that big mask on his face, and he's also super old now.
I wish they brought back Tina Turner, man. She was wonderful.
She wasn't a bad guy, though. I mean, despite the fact that she was the one making them fight in the Thunderdome.
Wasn't she bad?
I mean, she was a bit. She was a bit because she was making them fight in the Thunderdome against Master Blaster. Remember Master Blaster? The little dude with the brains on the big, like
It gross me if there were pigs at some point which ate a dead person.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, any movie where pigs eat a dead person. I'm a big fan of Snatch, for example.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big fan. I mean, Snatch, they only eat dead people off camera.
Oh, that's...
But yeah, so Hugh Keys-Byrne... he played the bad guy in the first one. And I can't remember his name. It was like Toe Clipper or Toe... and it's killing me. It's one of those like at the back of my head, like killing me. But
Is the second one very good? Still haven't seen it.
so it's a
I know
strange. It's a very strange
stylistic.
movie,
It's
right? So
great.
the first.
Guitar players on the fucking big.
So the first one's about a police cop in the outback who goes a little bit crazy. And it's more reminiscent of the kind of biker movies that they used to make in the 1970s. And then the second one takes that same police cop and puts him in this like post-apocalyptic world. And that's really the kind of Mad Max that we all think about. Because then the third one was Thunderdome with Tina Turner. And that's really, I mean, that's proper apocalyptic search for water. I think the second one they were looking for petrol quite a lot, sort of Waterworldy, I suppose. And then obviously Fury Road is now like the last one, and it's credited as being basically one of the greatest action movies of all time. And I think if you've seen it, you would agree, because one of the amazing things about Fury Road is that most of the action, most of the things that happen on it are not CGI. They went with a really strong decision to basically use CGI to remove the cables for the, that the stuntmen were wearing, and to like make the background look more apocalyptic. Jeez. But everything else really happened. They got a Cirque du Soleil like trainer in to put guys on the top of those platforms that wave on the cars and teach them how they can move between them. And
so it's a real spectacle.
Yeah, so it's actually, they did it for real. It's not in an era of CGI movies where they could have cheated that easily enough. It's done in the old school way. That's what you get for hiring a 70-year-old director. But yeah, that's why. I mean, it's genuinely regarded as
okay.
And I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Absolutely watch
Shucks,
Mad Max
okay,
Fury Road.
Promise.
Definitely worth it.